What's up, guys? My name is Ted DarkClaw, and with me, as always, is the Black Knight. We are the co-owners of HellaDopeToys.com, the toy people for the toy people, and this show is hella dope.
Hella dope.
Aaron, how the hell you doing?
Ted, doing well. It's another glorious Sunday. We have reached the witching hour of Black Friday, and I'm not ready for it
We are not ready for that
at all.
No, very behind. We need another 3 weeks, guys.
At least
3 weeks. At least 3 weeks. So how was your week, man?
Busy as always.
Yeah, I feel that.
A lot of work. The boys got his hockey and taekwondo, and just trying to balance the family work life.
I feel that very much deep within my soul.
Yes.
I had, I think, 15 minutes of free time this week, and with that, I did two things. One, I opened up Chun-Li, and holy crap, dude, what an amazingly perfect figure. I have never opened up something because my Fei Long over here, I got a janky one, so he doesn't turn. I need to ask somebody how to fix that. So I didn't get to enjoy Fei Long.
Does hot water fix everything?
Well, I don't know. I think Shartimus was complaining about the same thing where he had to take it apart and there was like a piece of plastic in here that was stuck, but he won't swivel there, and it really takes the fun out of him. So I opened up Chun-Li, and what a work of art. And then I spent my remaining 1 minute putting this cigar in Alf's mouth. Once again, making him a contender for figure of the year. And that's how I spent my free time this week.
Lovely. I did not open my Chun-Li. She's still sitting over there. I moved some stuff around back here. Like I had all like the stuff that we get like on this side over here, but like it was very cramming when you walk into this space. So now I moved it to the opposite side. Now I feel like much more roomier down here.
Oh, that's good, because I feel like I'm pressed in a tiny box surrounded by other boxes. It looks like I have lots of room. I do not. I am in a very tiny space.
I mean, I still have a lot of room. It's just like if you don't design it just right, like it's very cramming.
Yeah, I still want to rearrange this basement back to how it was, but there's too many boxes down here now. So if you guys want to go to HellaDopeToys.com and help me out with that problem, that would be swell.
That'd be super.
It'd be so great, guys. So Aaron, we have a guest today.
Yeah, I guess.
Do you know why we have a guest today?
No, I just show up.
Well, besides the fact that, hey, it's Hella Dope Day, we're also talking about dioramas. And I figure if we were going to talk diorama building and whatnot, we should bring on an expert that actually knows what he's talking about. So I dug deep, friend. I dug deep. So our guest tonight actually is not a toy collector. He's sitting at the artsy fartsy table creating all this cool shit. And then he comes and he sits at the toy collector table. He's just like, what's up, guys? Can I hang with you? And they're like, oh, sure. What toys do you collect? He goes, I don't fuck with that shit. And they're like, well, fucking dude, you're welcome here at our table anyway. And he's like, well, I don't fuck with your shit, but I can make it a lot cooler.
Yeah.
And they're like, ooh, we definitely keeping you around, friend. We don't care that you don't collect toys at all.
Exactly.
It's awesome. So enough chitter chatter. We're going to bring him in. I'm going to bring in our friend right now, Jonathan, or as we like to call him, RandomDiorama, or Radnom. Welcome, my friend.
What's up, everyone?
How the hell are you doing?
I'm doing good, guys.
Yeah, I feel like I should have some smooth jazz playing,
Oh yeah,
because I can't. Every time I see you on your stream, man, you just got that nice smooth jazz going.
Well, let's do it, man.
This is not. I love it.
Feeding the ducks, Aaron?
Yes, feeding the ducks.
You know what? We're just doing it. We're doing it. There we go.
Oh, wow.
There we go.
Now, you made sure you looked for some music that wasn't going to be copyright struck, right?
Oh, this is all the garbage in
YouTube Studio?
StreamYard. Yeah.
StreamYard, okay.
Yeah. Is that too loud, guys? Should I turn that down?
Yeah.
Make it a little sexier in here.
Oh, dude, I know Aaron's going to be doing his Al Green in a second. Yeah,
get that move just right. This is now called the sexy hour.
I'm just gonna let it roll.
Featuring the wizard himself.
The wizard. That's awesome. Aaron, before we do anything, I am obligated to ask you. What was I supposed to ask you?
I don't know. I'm
Yes.
Dude,
what you sipping on?
Well, when you ask that question there, I'm always sipping on the fine 8% Steel Reserve. But today we got ourselves a new special friend. I was at Sheets, right? And I'm like, man, I went to Speedway first. They always have what I want. They didn't have it today. Very disappointed. I go to Sheets. I'm like, I gotta give me some good stuff there. They have a new flavor called Spiked Cherry Slushy. I am super excited about this.
Spiked Cherry
that
Slushy?
pretty cool.
Yes, I have not even sipped it yet, so I'm gonna give it the first sip here on stream.
Nice. So what's the verdict?
Sounded sexy.
Very very cherry. Yeah,
very cherry.
Very cherry.
I mean,
does it have nice legs? Is the bouquet?
Well, I mean, the legs are always beautiful on this can right here. Always strutting the finest wares around town. I don't know. It's just, it's like that, like Kmart slushy. You go to Kmart, you buy the slushy. There's like that first taste is like ooh, but then the rest is like ew.
A little hint of diesel in there, like Chooch is saying.
Exactly.
You could definitely do a segment where you have like a brandy sniffer, and you're doing like Boone's Farm and Night Train and all the different amazing vintages of Steel Reserve as well.
See, I thought about doing that along with my my inbox toy reviews.
Okay,
I'll add that to the list.
Yeah, I mean, if you could, it would just be hysterical if you're in like, I don't know, maybe like a Hugh Hefner style bathrobe, and you got the brandy sniffer, and you decant the Steel Reserve into a decanter, and you're just doing the whole thing. Look at that dog. That dog screams Ted. I should have known Ted would have a dog like that. Now
this is my wife's dog. This is Wally, and he snuck down here because I forgot to close the gate.
Right. He seems pretty cool. He's chill.
He's something. He's a manly man.
Yes.
He just wants to be on camera.
Good old Wally.
He has a 6-pack too.
Yeah.
Really?
Show off your abs, bro. Oh no, he's
such
a junk. I can't lift him.
He's like, nah, we're good here, man.
You want to get lost, bro? Yeah. Get out of here.
See, my dog wouldn't sit still long enough to do that. He was like, "Yeah, I got stuff down here to eat because you have tons of stuff down here."
Heck yeah! One man's toys is another dog's chew toys.
Yeah, exactly. Mr. DarkClaw. What is it that you currently possess in your hand that you are sipping on today?
Hold on. They're okay. They were coming to wrangle the Wally. I needed to make sure it was clear. Yeah, you can have him back. He did crash the show.
No, he just added more value to the show.
Absolutely.
Our ratings are going to go off the chain now.
I know. I should bring him on more often. But I'm glad you asked, because in my trusty hella dope mug, I am sipping on Fiji water tonight.
Fiji water.
Fiji water, yeah. Mug Club, there we go. And, I don't always come alone. Got to bring the boys along with me. So I also have this clearly Caladian that I just happened to have while I was clearly Caladian. I just happened to have in my hand when I came down. But the real side piece is the fabulous Saratoga. Ooh.
Wow.
Makes me think I'm drinking beer without me getting drunk. And it's also not as fun at all. But that's what we sipping on. But we have a guest with some knockoff mug. I don't know who sold that to you, sir, but
this is this is definitely this is a mug for all of the disenfranchised hella dope people that are still waiting on their mug from Ted. That are probably never getting one.
Did you get that from Lawrence?
No, Ted actually sent this to me.
I believe it.
Yeah, he said, "Thanks for the Mossmobile. Here's this piece of blue tape to stick on your mug." No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. What am I got? I'm an old man too. I'm old man at like Ted. We got water.
Yeah.
And we got 2 flavors of seltzer because I don't even drink soda anymore. So cranberry and plain.
Plain.
But I have right under my desk my tea kettle for some Earl Grey tea later. Not gonna have it just yet because I'm already jacked up. I might not do that.
On Mountain Dew.
I was ready. Yeah, look, come at you like a spider monkey. Yeah.
Thanos says, "Do not flock your mug."
I might flock a mug, Thanos. I just might flock it all.
Flock it.
You're gonna flock it up, man.
Tea, Earl Grey, hot. Yes.
Yes.
Shaken, not stirred.
All right, Aaron. Well, we got more people in here than I expected. So, everybody's going live tonight. And, Chad might still be going on. Ninja's going on. Yukon's going on. Geek Dad Life's going on.
Nice.
There's a lot going on. So we are blessed to have this many people here and this many chats waiting to be explored, man. So let's say hello to the humans.
Well, of course, we have the one and only Axion Figs.
Axion Figs.
Fat Red Food. How's it going? Good to see you. The one and only Epic Badger. Hello and howdy do to you too. See
Duty.
I did there. Where'd it go?
Where did it go? No one knows.
Our favorite dog, Roman the dog.
Wally got him, bro. Sorry.
Fat Red Food also hanging out in the crib.
I think you already hit Fat Red Food, but we'll say hello to him again because he's an awesome fella.
Say twice,
yeah. We got to say hello twice to everybody.
Exactly. Roll Keeper, how you doing?
Well, Roll Keeper said hello twice, so.
Robert's Infinite Realms. Hey there, hella dope guys. Hello dope you. The one and only Simi Skies. What up, dope?
And for the record, Simi Skies is the creator of the original Hella Dope mug. My daughter, our first moderator. Show her some love, humans.
Yeah. The one and only Carol Geis. Hello. Good to see you. HGC. Ahoy.
Oh, ahoy.
Ahoy.
Largo's Lair. Chad's running a little late. What's up, Hello Dopers? We are doing good. Hey, if you did not catch that 118 earlier this afternoon, go check that out. It was a really good show with It's Chad. I know nothing about 118th anything, but I always try to tune in to learn something new.
Yeah, and dude, they had I think it peaked at like 40 people in there, which is awesome. So it's really cool to see that show growing, the channel growing. Wilhelm and Jim are killing it, and having Chad on is just like the recipe for a natural long ranty conversation. And man, they dug deep into it, and I loved it.
Yeah.
And 112th is the popular one lately, but honestly 118th I kind of like it more in some regards. The vehicles are awesome for building dioramas and stuff. You can make some epic stuff. It definitely has its advantages
for space, for sure.
Yeah, I also got some really cool play sets too. So
yeah, play sets are dope.
I don't have any, but it's whatevs. Who else we got? The one and only Cutthroat Comics. Chris, how you doing? Largo, that message is for you if you didn't see it.
Still December.
Frank from Rumble Toys. Good evening. Hope you're doing well, man. Apparently he's in a competition photo thing. Frank, so I don't know if you had the thing posted up in there or have Ed do it for you. Let's vote for this man. Let's get him in first place because Frank be out there doing all the photo things and he deserves to win something.
Yeah, honestly,
toy photography competition.
Yeah,
cool.
I can pull up the official picture.
Yeah, you should do that.
I have the Instagram up.
Do it.
Let's do it. Okay, hold on. I'm doing it. This is so professional.
It is.
Share screen. Instagram. Share. I don't know why there we go. This one right here, the Hulk Hogan one. So go to Realm of Toys 89 right now and go like that amazing picture, because first of all, it just deserves a like anyway. But yeah, go support Frank.
Yeah. Should do that.
I'm gonna stop sharing the screen now.
Ted, you're supposed to be starting stuff, dude.
What? I was sharing a screen.
You weren't sharing the screen before.
Okay, I'm on it.
It's too late now. I'm already on it.
Okay.
I swear to God, one job around here. Anyway, moving on.
Where we at?
The Briscoe, how's it going, man? It says that it's one of the cutest fucking dogs he's ever seen.
Wally Polly DarkClaw.
Wally be all about that.
He's got abs.
Cobweb Collector, what's going on? The missus is she should be on her way home with me something to eat, but we won't discuss that. Drive safely there. Don't get into an accident, because I'm live right now.
This man is hella starving.
True. Chooch. What's going on, Chooch? And Jeff Morris, Hella Dope is the place to be. The other streams can only hope to be as cool as you guys.
Wow.
Stop it. I'd blush if I could, but I can't. Or
maybe 2 more steel reserves. You'll start.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll probably do more than blushing.
Is that the chat?
That's the chat, man.
All right, chat. Don't forget to be wild up in there. We're gonna star it. Go ahead.
One more person I want to say hello to is Freddie Hernandez. He's actually an in real life friend. Thank you for coming by, Freddie.
Oh yeah. See, you should have started that, Ted.
Didn't see it.
Shame on you.
Wasn't paying attention.
Whenever do you pay attention?
I'm thinking about 10 things while I'm doing this.
G-Force. How's it going?
G-Force Racing.
G-Force.
Adam Yancey. Can Random put on a wizard hat and yell, "You shall not pass"? I mean, maybe later.
After he's had a little more tea in him.
Yeah, maybe he'll take some tea.
A little more cranked up.
I don't need anything.
So anyway, chat, be in there and be loud. We're going to come back to you all here in a little bit. Before we get into things, Radnum, I want to share 2 stories in regards to you.
Cool.
The first is, so a year ago, actually, it's been about a year and like a weekend. Yeah, about a week from this point. So the memory came up on my Facebook thing of when I was on Rocco's stream last year. And you were on there as well as some other girl. I have no clue who that was. Mm-hmm. So I had never been on a live stream before. I'm like rushing home from work. I'm a hot mess. I'm listening to Rocco. Rocco's yelling in my ear while live, like, "Dad, come on, get on here. I
remember.
I could not for the life of me figure out how to get on. And then I got on there, man. And that was the first time I met you. And, Rocco's great and Rocco's Rocco, but I was so freaking nervous. I had no clue what was going on. Never been on a stream before. And you really helped me get through that stream. And that's when I was like, I like this dude. This dude's good people for me.
I do remember making space for you at one point on that stream because you didn't want to speak up. And I was like, "Hey, Ted, you have something you want to say?" I mean,
that sounds about right.
But that's normal. That's normal. It's totally normal at first.
No, that's just Ted in general.
I'm just an introvert.
I am too. So
if I didn't have to talk on here, I probably wouldn't. But yeah, plus I was so used to just watching Rocco's lives, and I had the same issue when we were on the 3POA a few weeks ago. Like, I'm just so used to watching 3POA, I'm just sitting here staring.
Oh, I
saw
just
watching the show.
Aaron too, though. Both of you were a little gobsmacked when you first got on there because it was just a little disorienting, I think.
Well, I was in a hotel room, so I wasn't like in my basement or in my house anywhere. And right. It was for my son's birthday, so like all the kids are running up and down the hallway, So I'm like,
the opportunity presented itself. You weren't going to pass it up, and you wanted to help him out and be there for him too. And you did what you did. So it's good. It's good all around. But no, Ted, I'm sorry to interrupt your story. That's cool. I remember we got into a hat off competition.
Yes, we did. That was a good time. I don't know if Rocco even knew what was going on at that point, or if he had checked out or what. But we're wearing hats. It was good show. You can't go back and rewatch it unless you're a member of Rocco the Great's channel, but it's somewhere out there on the internet. I just happen to have a clip. And then last time you were on, down in this little banner here, I had spelled your name wrong. I had written it as Radnom, and I think we were 3/4 of the way through the show before you were like, bro, it says Radnom. And now that's what we call you, and we call you that all the time. And I think people have to think we're the stupidest motherfuckers. Like, why do they keep calling him Radnom? Do they not know how to spell random?
No.
I mean, I remember even when you did the giveaway, we did that giveaway, and I was like, yeah, put random, and Aaron switched it to Radnom, and then people were like, what do we? But it was good. It was good anyway. That was a good stream with that giveaway.
That was a good time. And yeah, so if anybody was wondering, that is why we call him Radnom, because I don't know how to type, and
I was named by Ted's typo. It does. It works.
Radnom.
I mean, people jump in my stream constantly and call me Radnom now. I mean, it's all the time.
Love it.
See, we're making things happen around here.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Ed just said months later, Ted's Dio still looks the same as it did back then. Probably so. He's a busy guy.
Well, remember, I only had 15 minutes this week, and I spent 2 of it putting a cigar in Alf's.
Never mind. Scratch that work.
It's gone forever.
You don't have any blue tack for that?
I just shoved it in there. I don't have time.
Okay.
Who has time for tack?
I just use duct tape. Call it a day.
No, I'm actually really sad about that. It's fine. We'll buy a new giant monkey and get another cigar.
You'll find it. Just make sure you get it off the ground before the dog gets it, man.
Yeah, they don't hang out down here, thankfully. Unless Wally is doing office work, he will sit in my chair and be a businessman on my behalf. I think that's what he was trying to do. He wanted the seat and he wanted me to move.
Probably. Apparently, Radnom now is your wizard name.
Yeah,
I love that.
Briscoe is always calling me like Radnom the something. There's always like something. Yeah, there is Radnom the Flocker is in the chat is what he called me.
So I want to talk about you and what you're doing. So first of all, anybody who doesn't know Radnom here, we had a great interview with him a few months back. I strongly urge you to go check that out if you want his detailed backstory. But today we're just talking about diorama building and specifically things that you're working on, because you have started quite the project recently. It's almost like you're maybe branching out there, putting your work out for the masses to get. So I'm curious to hear about what you're working on right now.
Yeah, so anyone watching me in my streams has seen me working on the science fiction, retro style science fiction. I don't know what's funny, but something's funny.
Stacy's message. I think this interview. So I think this goes back to like Largo's wife supposed to have been bringing him chicken home, but that was an hour ago. To Adam then responding back to needing to check on Eduardo, which then led back to this conversation.
Nice. All right. Let me see. Well, actually, I can just show you really quick. Let me hit this camera switcheroo to.
We'll full screen you here. Let's bring it up.
So right there's a lot of different consoles and stuff set up. It's basically like this retro sci-fi aesthetic. And I don't know if you're going to be able to hear me as clear when I walk over there. Let me turn that mic around. Okay, so you can see this is the one that I've been put up for sale. These are up on Etsy right now. And currently I'm working on these desks that are going to have like some science fiction style buttons up here. The ones I'm doing now, they're actually going to be a little bit different than the prototype, but the prototype that I made is this guy right here. And it's all foam. These little bits are made from laser cut wood. Is the audio coming through good still?
Yeah, you sound great.
Okay, awesome. So, yeah, just going to continue in this direction to make, different styles just to kind of go together as a set. Eventually, I'm going to do some kind of chair. Although, since I'm working mostly with foam and wood, a chair, it's going to be delicate, so people have to understand it's going to be something that they can't just like jam their finger onto. They'll have to be careful with it, otherwise it might break. So I'm kind of trying to figure out what I could do with that. But also looking to do some resin casting and just.
I have a question.
Sure.
That wall behind you, you made that as well? It looks like a cathedral wall.
Yes.
That thing is amazing.
Thank you. Yeah. I took some inspiration off of a ruin. I think it might have been Scotland, but it was on Pinterest. And I have several Gothic kind of style pieces like that, like that one up there as well, that has the see-through window if you put a light shining on it. And of course, the Joy Toy Space Marine's chilling right there too. But yeah, I really do like that a lot, and it's huge. I want to make some more stuff to this. I actually have another big table in the other room that I plan on setting up for just photography, but it's just a mess right now.
Yeah. So is this the first thing? Let me take you back off full screen here. Do I not know how?
That's okay.
Now
hey everybody, welcome to the Random Diorama stream. We're going to talk about nothing but dioramas.
There we go. I got it now.
Cool.
Wrong buttons.
You're on mute, Aaron, I think. Okay.
He's doing something and I didn't want to make a bunch of noise while you were doing stuff.
Right on.
So is this the first thing that you've made to mass produce and kind of sell?
In a batch, yes. I've always done things that were one-offs or commission items for people. And that's one way of working. But honestly, I like the freedom of doing something that I kind of like go through myself and then replicate it a little bit. So that's the direction I'm going to go in for now. Because commissions, I don't know. It's a lot of back and forth. It can be good sometimes. I've had commissions with people that have been great. I've enjoyed doing them. And then sometimes, when you sell anything, you get tire kickers and it's like back and forth and it just gets to be too much sometimes. I've had a few that have been fantastic people that were repeat customers. But yeah, yes. The short answer is yes, Ted. This is the first item like that.
You're welcome, by the way.
Yes.
Yes. Another one of my great ideas that I've come up with in the world.
Aaron takes credit for everything. Anything on YouTube, Aaron did it.
I definitely was leaning that way before, but Aaron pushed me in the direction a little bit to do a small batch. So that is very true. That is very true.
See what I'm doing? I'm helping the community and things I don't even know.
Now, we do have your Etsy link in the description down below. So anybody that is interested in purchasing these at any time throughout the show, you're more than welcome to click that link, and they are there. And what's your turnaround time on moving those things out? Like if I went and bought one now.
I am not hella dope. I don't do the 1 day thing. But it's 3 to 5 days for getting it packed and shipped. And then it's I only ship USPS priority. So it's pretty quick after that. So you probably get it within a week. And I just want to point out, this was the prototype for the desks that I'm doing right now. And it is up for sale up there right now. I just put the first one up there before the show. The other ones will be a little bit different. I'm doing a couple different things with some of these little monitors and stuff. So it'll be one of a kind. And if anyone wants to snag it, it's up on the Etsy right now for sale.
Question was asked, are you going to do different colors?
He's messing with me because Fat Red Foo gets me all the time too in my stream, where he's like, "Can we get another color?" Ed does too. Can we be black? Can we get black? Can we get silver? I'm like, no, it's red. You can have any color you want as long as it's red. But yes, I'll do different colors eventually. I just want to put out a couple that will, go together at first, and then once we, he's laughing now. Once we get a grouping of items in one color, then maybe I'll do some other colors as well.
Are these limited runs? Like, how long do you plan on making those specifically? Is there a time frame on once they're done, I'm never doing it again? Or is it something you're going to come back to?
So all of the consoles that I did, this one, which is the RD100. So I gave it a model number and everything for this one. And I put a little plaque on the back. So they're actually numbered. So that it's kind of like a star date almost. It has the date of when I worked on the batch, and then the batch number, which is batch 1, and then unit number 5. So there were 10 of them made. I kept 00 for myself as a reference if I ever want to recreate it. And then 1 through 9 were for sale. I will, this is always going to be only the first batch. So there will never be more of this particular style exactly. But if I remake it, it'll probably be a little bit different. And so, yeah, I don't want to just keep making the same thing a million times. So probably about 10 of each for right now. We'll see where it goes over time though.
Now, I know you've been doing these on your late night stream. So you went from just making random stuff on your streams, so now it's almost like, watch me slave away. making these.
I mix it up. Like a couple of weeks ago, we did the hovercraft.
Oh yeah.
The hover cycle.
Good. That was a good one.
Totally random, and I need to make a YouTube video of doing that. So I'm going to make another one and do a full length video. Where is that? Let me grab it. Whoop.
Yeah.
While he's doing that, make sure you guys hit that like button.
Yeah. Little hover. Fits Deadpool really well.
It's very He-Man-esque, I think. Like, I don't remember what those are called in Masters of the Universe, but that is the first thing I think of.
Someone was saying old school style, like Fantastic Four. But yeah, make the little noise. I put some bottle caps on the bottom, but I got to do some paint. I'm probably going to do like black and silver or something. But
that's really smart.
It's the first vehicle like that I've done. Obviously, we did the Mossmobile not too long ago. And what's that?
I need to grab that, by the way. I'm
going
to show that off. 1 sec.
Sure.
Look at this guy being unprepared for his own show.
Oh, look, I had to take my headphones off, leave the screen. What's going on, man? Yeah, the level of unprofessionalism.
You know what? I'm gonna rework this show now. But no, that so that looks sweet. Like, I can just imagine, like, an off Moss man, like in space type thing, or like he's like just chilling on the beach and he's like water sledding.
Oh yeah, when Ted saw this, you know what he said, right?
I'm sure I could guess, but what?
Can we flock it?
Oh, obviously, everything's gotta get flocked now.
It's already green, why not
Flock
just add some flock to it?
So speaking of Mossmobile, and I know we show it off a lot here. Here it is. It was still in the photo booth from the thumbnail workings, but man, this is an amazing piece. The wheels move, people. The wheels move. It can roll. It is amazing. And this is, I don't think the wheels are wood, but everything else is foam. Yeah. And then that beautiful license plate. Can I get it? Will you go into focus? Beautiful. You guys see it. If not, go watch Adventures of Skeletor episode 3. But oh man, the attention to detail to that. Have you had anybody harassing you about a Mossmobile? Like, yo, I need one.
No, not yet.
No,
not yet. We're gonna go with no.
No, it's a shame.
Now, I did have some people kind of like out of hand, but no one's serious. Yeah,
it's fine. I like it being one of one.
Yeah,
I like that.
Leave it like that. Yeah, that was another one. That's when I was first got the laser cutter just before I made the Mossmobile. I sent you those little hella dope signs too. It's the same.
Yeah, they're I actually was thinking about turning them into pins, like gluing a needle, the pin needle to the back, and then I could just wear it or put in the hat or something like that. I don't know. I'm not sure what to do with those.
You could blue tack it to like that monkey's chain.
Oh my god.
Be like the hella dope chain, dude.
That is a good idea.
See what you just started now?
For sure. It could definitely go with that.
Oh no, the wheels are functional.
They really spin. Yeah.
Cobweb, I pulled you over because your right blinkers flopped.
That's heck awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I did make it so those wheels come off. So if in a future episode we do something like the rims get stolen or he goes and upgrades his rims, I could make some maybe like really fancy chromed out ones or something at some point. Oh, yeah. We'll see. We'll see. But that was very quick. I mean, I feel like it's cool, but I know I could have built it out better than I did.
Yeah, I'm sure you could, but this was perfect, man.
It was good for it's the gag of it. Yeah.
It's perfect. Like you got the assignment, you know? Like
yeah, I remember Wilhelm was shot. He's like, how the heck did he make that quick? I don't know. I just like heard what you guys were saying. I was like, oh dude, I got some foam and yeah.
Things.
All the stuff.
You know, mind, let's hit this chat real quick.
Hit up the chat.
Let's do it.
It's Chad. Hey, awesome people.
Chad.
Welcome, Chad. I'll say once again, if you haven't seen the show, earlier this afternoon, check out Wilhelm Toy and Hobbies with Largo, and it's Chad on the 118 because that's what they do. Talk 1-8 stuff.
And Chad is so damn good at branding himself. Like he is just, when he can be everywhere, he is everywhere. He's on everybody's show. He'll be on your show before he's on his show. I bet he would do his show and do our show at the same time if he could. That would be fun. We'll have to talk about that one day. But absolutely love Chad. TGIS Sunday night streams, man. It's the place to be. So if you're not subscribed to Chad, then you are wrong.
Exactly. And then he'll rant about it.
Yeah. He provides no value to the community.
No, he doesn't like the word community. Anyway, big bacon.
Big bacon.
It's bacon. Where's the
bacon? TJC. Hello, good to see you.
Hello.
Matt Noon just signed in. That looks so cool.
Thank you, Matt.
Junkion. Hello, all. Hello, dopers. The one and only Bjorn.
Yeah. Hello.
The thing he says.
Schmebulok.
Yep, exactly.
Yo.
Skyfall. Hello. And of course, the one and only Wilhelm Toy and Hobby. What's up, flockers?
That mother flocker.
He thinks flockers. They're always getting in the flocking way. And then Miss Semi Sky says, I have pens that you can use for those.
I should know. She is the crafty one. I should have asked her.
And then, of course, Payne's Toy Samples.
Aaron.
Make sure you check him out every Friday night where he's giving somebody very therapeutic toy therapy.
Someone made the comment on, I think it was Oz's stream last night, that they log on to either my stream or Payne's on Friday and fall asleep because it's just too relaxing. I don't remember who it was, but was that you? I said I fall asleep because it's never like an insulting way. No,
it's
you're
just
fine.
like I get cozy and I'm old and I'm tired and I fall asleep. But Random, I will often intentionally, like if I can watch your stream, I will watch it while falling asleep. I'm just like, yeah, we're just gonna cut.
Maybe
back.
you'll wake up and have the urge to work on your diorama one day.
The weirdest thing was I thought like you just went all night because you had ended while I was asleep, and then another one of your streams that I was halfway through started up, And I'm just like, it's 4 a.m. and this dude's still going. What is going on? Freaked me
I know
out.
you went pretty long this past Friday night.
Yeah, but it wasn't even 3 hours, man. It was like 2 hours and 45 minutes, which is pretty long for me. But the longest I've done solo is like a little over 3 hours. If there was someone else on there to talk to, you could go a lot longer, easier. But alone, I kind of just hit a point, and I'm.
It's that Love Island, man. And it's all it just distracted you. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love Island.
Fat Red Food says Random has also helped with suggestions and techniques for projects I'm working on. FYI, he's good people.
Thank you, Fat Red. Skinny Red Food.
Skinny pink food.
Also, I'm so mad at Lawrence because Fat Red Food's been calling Lawrence Larry.
Yes,
so Lawrence
me as well.
Calling him he's been calling him Fatrid. And whenever I type him to cheers him in the chat, in my head it's going Fatrid. And I'm like, stop doing that. It's not what it is. So Lawrence made it stick in my head.
I started calling Lawrence Larry because he kept calling me Random Diarrhea. Because of Digital Diarrhea was on there at the same time I was, and he just kept getting all tripped up. I was like, all right, whatever.
HGC says that Merman would 100% swipe Mossman's rims. And then follows that up with get some cinder blocks.
That'd be cool.
I do have some wrestling ones, so we might be able to do that.
And then Chad says he's let's do it same time.
Same time. He'll do his show. We'll do our show. We'll both be guests on each other's
show.
Be like the Infinity stream.
I don't know. We'll have to figure that out.
So we just like simulcast at the same time?
Yeah, I guess that's what it comes down to. Now that we've talked through it, that's what it comes down.
I mean, sometimes you need that, man.
Yeah.
Payne says that this Saturday will be with Jay Bartlett. So make sure you check that out.
That's exciting.
You know what would be interesting is to do a simulcast segment. Like you both have your shows and there's like a 15-minute overlap where it's like, hey, we could have, I don't know, tea with Chad or whatever. My cat's butt, 15-minute segment. I don't know. I don't know how you would do that if you could do that when you're both streaming already to initiate another stream or cross the streams. Something might happen.
You never cross the streams.
I mean, apparently we do. Yeah.
Not supposed to do that, apparently.
Nope. Taught you that in Ghostbusters, man.
Yeah. Man.
Thank you, Roman.
So
love it.
You're working on mass production now. What's
batches?
Okay. Batch production.
Batch production.
Batch production. So do you have any ideas for like next? Like there's something that's a seed planted in your head and you're like, ooh, maybe in January and February, I'm going to go start attacking this.
Yeah.
You want to spill the beans, man? Give us the inside scoop.
I don't know.
Got any doodles?
I do have some doodles, but not for that particular. I have a bunch of doodles. Usually I look at the doodles, combine them, and make something completely different, loosely based off the doodles. Actually, I've been talking, this is partly Ed's idea, and so I've been kind of looking into this, maybe some mining stuff, science fiction mining stuff for some of the things that are coming up soon. I did kind of like the Bushido stuff that Spiro is putting out, and that is kind of making me want to do something like a dojo or something in that, in that realm, but I need to see a little bit more first. I'm wondering if he's going to stick to just like the historical looking figures or if there's going to be some fantastical elements added into that eventually. I should probably just ask him.
It feels like another time to get Jason on and get some answers.
Yeah, that would be good.
Because I love when I saw that, I'm like that's right up my alley. Because like I have I got a couple of the ones from the Foosh, like their articulated ninja stuff. And then of course I got like, Snake Eyes. I got some other ninja stuff down here somewhere. So like when I heard they was doing Bushido, I'm like, yes, I'll buy all of them right now.
Nice. And the other thing I've been kind of thinking about is, I didn't even realize my laptop isn't plugged in. I just got the low battery warning. So the other thing I've been thinking about has been doing some of the stuff I'm doing now, science fiction consoles and stuff, but maybe trying something in 1/18th scale. Because there's a lot of people that, 1/18th is that genre. It's like a lot of G.I. Joe, a lot of, technology-based stuff in that, and I don't know, that might fit in there. But I just gotta play around with it and see what it looks like. I need to buy some 1/18th figures first, so I have some reference. Because the only one I have is the carded and signed Desert Rat that I won from Chad, and I don't want to open it. So, yeah.
I would recommend, like, if you just need something on the fly and cheap, there are dollar store figures. I can't think of what they're called, but apparently they're actually nice figures for what they are, and they're very well stocked. It's some
Largo Philison.
Yeah, some Space Marine thing. Final Faction? Something like that?
That sounds right.
That might be it. But yeah, they're at the dollar store, and like I said, a few bucks just for something in scale.
Yeah, no, that'd be cool. Yeah, that's everyone's saying Final Faction now. Ed was first though.
Yeah, I need to get those. I always look at them, and I'm like, you're not gonna mess with these, and then I leave.
Probably good for customizing because they're so cheap.
But yeah, I mean, that'd be the right scale and, something cheap to get your hands on. But that's just my thought. And if you were doing 1/18th stuff, man, Wilhelm and Chad and Largo would probably be all over that.
Oh, yeah.
It could be something interesting. But like I said before, 1/18th, you can really do more epic things. Vehicles, all that stuff. It's much easier. Trying to do something in one... Like I have, those apartment buildings. They're in the other room. It's huge. It's huge. It takes up. One of them's like over 3 feet tall. That's a lot of space.
So I'm going through this chat.
Yeah, I was. See, you told me to look at the chat too.
Well, I'm not doing chats right now, so I can look through the chat.
Okay, cool. Well, then I'll only mess with the chat when you're looking through the chat.
Exactly.
So now we're on the Ted and Aaron arguing with each other segment of the Hello Toys podcast.
Everyone's favorite part. You just go at each other.
Robert says, "Wait, crossing streams saved the world." That's just one time. One time it's ever happened.
One time. That's
never happened again.
That's all that matters. One time. Cool. So, any other projects you're working on besides those?
I always have ideas in the works, but as far as committing to stuff, I'm best if I only do one or two things at a time. Two things is usually really good for me because if you get stuck on one, you can bounce over to the other. But like anyone, and you probably experienced this, I'm guessing, Ted, because you seem like you're pretty creative with things. You get excited about something, you start working on it, and then you get so far, lose your excitement or passion for it, move on to something else you get excited and passionate about, and then you never finish any of that other crap. There's just a pile of it laying around. Very, very easy to, he's like looking for his pile. Yeah, very easy to do that. It's very easy to do that. I do have a giant valley diorama in my kitchen with like a cave in it and a big river going through it, and that thing's, I don't know, maybe like 4 feet by 3 feet, maybe 2.5 feet tall, and I need to finish that up. But
well, it's funny. Chai said he'll throw the bag at you if you can do a 1/18th dio.
I don't even see people doing 1/18th dios that much. Yeah, you're like, dude, what the heck do you think I'm saying, dude? Yeah.
Let's go.
Interesting. And that scale works much better with 3D printing because it's small enough it could usually fit on print beds for making different things. When you're dealing with 112. That a wall height is usually you need multiple pieces and putting them together and stuff. Every time, have you seen my pile of customs to be done random paint? Yeah, I've noticed a few times, man. It's always like that. So you gotta. There was an artist. I don't know if you guys know Jake Parker. He was the guy that did Inktober. He started the whole Inktober thing where you're supposed to draw every October. He's kind of gone in and out of favor. Internet controversies, drama, all that stuff. But he used to say, "Finished, not perfect." And that's a big thing. And sometimes you just got to wrap it up and move on. You could literally work on one thing for 2 years and just want to change a little more and then do this, and then we can add this crime, then we can change that, and it's just like, nope, it's done, on to the next thing. So I try to implement that. I'm not always good at it, but I'm conscious of it now.
Yeah, one problem I've always had is, so when those seeds are in my head and there's this idea that needs to get out of me, I have to do it all in one sitting, because if I stop, that's when I'm not coming back to it. It's not like, oh, I'll just carve this and then I'll paint it later. I gotta do it all, get it out of me, and then
you can do that, and that will work for really short projects, but it will not work for anything bigger than a really short project. So that's kind of like the beginning phase of doing stuff like that, and eventually you just kind of get into, all right, maybe you have music you put on when you like to work on stuff. You get almost like a meditative zone where now's the time for this, and it becomes a habit. Even the live stream that I've been doing on Fridays is great, because when I put it on, I have no choice. I have to sit there for 3 hours and make something. So even if I'm not in the mood, and I mean, I do plenty of stuff not on the stream, but those 3 hours, I have to sit there and do something, or 2 hours, whatever it ends up being. So having something like that where you're just almost like are you familiar with focus blocks? You set a timer. I'm going to do this for an hour, and you have no option. You're going to either work on that one thing or you do nothing at all and sit there. And those are the two options you give yourself. So your brain is going to, your brain has the option to do nothing, but after sitting there for 10 minutes doing nothing, it's going to be like, all right, fine, we'll work on what the hell you said we were going to work on. And so it, just that psyching yourself out, and you guys are learning it if you don't already know it, but the flow of working alone at home without a boss, without not even a boss, just the structure of a company around you, so different, and you have to figure out ways to get that going. And but it's a journey, and it's a good one, I think.
Oh no, he gets heckled because I call him.
Yeah,
on the daily. I'm like, hey, where's my shit? Let's go.
I wake up to 1,000 loud screams in my head, and I'm just driven off of anxiety. So it's just, get up, gotta pack this order, gotta pack this. Like, if something came in overnight, even though the pickup isn't coming for 2 or 3 hours, I'm like, I gotta make that label. I'm like, hurry up and drink this coffee. It just, you gotta get it done. And like, same thing with the show prep. I get up and I'm like, show prep's got to get done. The thumbnail needs to be up, title, description, all that stuff has to get done. And I cannot rest. I cannot put cigars in Alf's mouth until until the work is done. And then I don't have anything after that.
That's a separate, I mean, it is similar, but it's a little different, because I think anything creative, you need to make a time block where it's not so much results driven as in you're dedicating this time to feel cool, to chill out and work on it. Because if you just try to like force, you'll get some stuff. But I think sometimes you need to play. You need to get into play and not, be completely. I just got a text message from Freddie saying he loves the show, by the way. So although it pinged really loud in my ear because I still have my iPhone hooked to my laptop, which drives me crazy. One day I'll learn how to separate that. But thank you, Freddie. And now I have no idea what I was saying. So come up with something.
How dialed in are you to the diorama building community? Because so like Frank over at Realm of Toys, he's a toy photographer, and he shares with us all the time. He's like, I'm in 50 group chats with other photographers. We're always talking to each other and stuff like that. Do you have a network like that?
Not really. I mean, there's a couple of guys I've known for a while that I'll talk to occasionally. Like Oilers sometimes will chat, but not often. Always friendly. But yeah, not a whole lot. I used to probably look a little bit more at what everyone was doing when I was less busy. But the busier you get, once you kind of get going, you tend to get a little tunnel vision sometimes. But I do look around on Instagram. I definitely see a lot of the posts and things that people are doing, stuff like that.
Because I'm curious as of right now. So I don't know how long these dioramas have been like mainstream in the toy community. I mean, I've been collecting as an adult for a little over a decade now, and I don't recall seeing it until like 2 years in, but that could have just been me. So I don't know how long all that stuff's been out there, like mixing with toys necessarily. So I'm just curious if there's any peaks and valleys to it. Like, is the hobby hot sometimes, and then other times people are like, yeah, we don't care. Like,
so I didn't get the first time I got involved with toy dioramas specifically was probably around 2014, and they were definitely a thing. I'd say the community was significantly smaller then than it is now. But you didn't have 3D printing then either. It wasn't as accessible. A 3D printer back then probably cost like $1,500, and you had to build it yourself. They had the MakerBot. I mean, it's a wooden frame 3D printer. I remember I wanted one, but never got one. So yeah, it's changed. I think I don't know. I think more people are probably more likely to try the DIY route now as opposed to buying them, maybe because the knowledge is maybe a little bit easier to access. There's more people out there showing people how to do it. Some people just don't have time, and I understand that completely. But I think more people, and that's kind of what I did with my Instagram, was I made it in such a way I wanted it to seem accessible, short bite-sized clips where people would say, oh, it's, easy to do. Just a matter of spending some time. Because a lot of people with making anything, they feel like they don't have the confidence. I can't do that. And it's just not usually the case if you have the interest.
Last time you were on was the Wall XD Kickstarter going on, or were you on before that? I thought we talked about Wall XD last time.
I think when we did your 500 sub, the giveaway one was during.
Okay, I don't remember. I'm just curious. I'm curious of your thoughts of seeing these guys go from just makers and crafters to turning that into a business, and kind of your thoughts on that. Do you think more people are going to go that direction now?
I think it's very difficult to go that direction. It's a lot of work, and financial risk too. You have to invest time and money, and not everyone is going to be willing to do that. It's just like starting any other business. I mean, Mike over there at High School Creations has been playing with the laser and the resin casting, mostly I think more the laser, but he's done some full resin cast dioramas, and I'm sure, I don't even know what he's done behind the scenes as far as talking with the factories and getting things set up for that. But he's been working on that for years, and then you just see like when he comes up with the Wall XD.
Have you seen his new product? It's the rollers. So it's like brick patterns or wall patterns and stuff, and then you just roll it onto the foam, and then you don't have to carve it anymore.
Yeah, so those things have been around for like a decade, but his patterns are different, and they're in scale for 1/12, which probably hasn't been around that long, because they've been all the ones that I used to see on Etsy, and they have some, you can print out the file if you have a 3D printer, but they're meant for Dungeons and Dragons and small scale miniatures and stuff like that. So making them larger scale like that, and all his different patterns, they look cool. It's a good God, I have everything.
It's all live, folks.
All live. Yeah. Rocco's probably laughed if he heard that, because my that's the the alarm for reminding me to tell mom to take her medication, but I think she already did. So it used to go off all the time during his streams. Thank you, Rocco.
Aaron, do you want to check in with the chat real quick? See what they're all fired up about?
Yeah. What do we got going over here? Let's see. We got Axion. Radnom is talking Blacknight's language now. Yeah, dude. I'm telling you, those Bushidos.
You're gonna get them all, huh?
Oh God, yes.
High on your own supply. Look at you, man.
No.
Whatever.
Yes.
No. I'm testing. I'm checking QC.
Yeah. Okay.
Making sure everything works good. And I'm gonna do a review of it. Matthew Madison, hello, how's it going? It will always be random diarrhea.
It's all good. I had that a couple of weeks ago.
Oh my God. Good evening. Yes.
Dude, how can you? Ted is your best friend, and you can't take a poop joke? Have you not seen the content he produces? I mean, it's like 95% poop jokes.
It's my specialty.
Yeah, but it's different. Roman the dog, I tried telling Larry it was diorama, but I can only bark.
Appreciate it, Roman.
Oh my God, this is too good. Allison, how you doing? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Then into some of the Dio stuff you were talking. So that's how I do it. I finish it and advance to the next moment, a movement, whatever the hell he's saying. I can't read today. Pain, a purpose behind the custom or Dio helps me focus. So having a reason to do things
for sure.
But then follows up, but Ted, all work and no play is not great.
I feel it a lot. There's just not enough hours in the day sometimes. So the few moments of each day that I actually get to not think or talk or hella dope or do the day job or anything, I very much try to take advantage of. It's about 45 minutes, I think, a day.
Can you schedule yourself phone off, no screen time for like an hour, just an hour block? Because I find if I turn everything off, it's super chill.
Yeah. It's something I try to do because another problem that I battle, and I'm sure Aaron relates to this as well, is you do the day job all day and then you're trying to hella dope, and then the missus,
sure.
she wants her cut. So it's something that I've done from time to time. Something I wish I could do more regularly, but honestly, I just throw it on the charger and try to forget about it. But it always dings.
Yes.
Always dings.
Always something.
Another problem is like with the day job, I'm also like on call 24/7. So putting it on D&D and not looking at it or turning it off, that's when something bad's going to happen and I'm going to be needed the most. So
I refuse to ever have a job like that unless they're like paying me, kidney replacement money or something. I'm not doing it. So I'm done with that. But maybe, I don't know. Who knows what would happen in the future? But I really don't like the idea of that, where we've gone to, because it didn't used to be like that. Jobs would not do that. They would give you space. You'd leave. If there was an emergency, maybe they'd reach out to you. But now, like any little dopey question, people are trying to contact you on your vacation and everything else sometimes, it seems. So.
All the time. That's why I love the holidays, like especially the non-family related ones like Martin Luther King Day. We don't have to go in there on Martin Luther King Day. It's a new thing that they've done recently, and I absolutely love it because nobody's going to bother me. That's a day where I can turn off my phone and I don't have to worry about a thing. Nobody's going to bother me, and I don't have to go to some crazy family function.
It's great because like you get that kind of like 7-day stretch between Christmas and New Year's Day, where like you just get those nice 2 like little blocks of time off in the same week, essentially. Mm-hmm. It's just so great. I love it.
Yeah, New Year's Day is a nice one as well. Just get to sleep. I don't have to worry about anything. Start off the new year right. All right, what else is in the chat?
Ed, biggest part of keeping up with dials for toys is how much different scales people trend towards. I mean, I don't feel. I mean, as well. Well, 1/6 is still kind of a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the biggest piece of the pie. I feel like that pie is really is between a large chunk of 1/12, and then that maybe quarter sliver is still 1/18th. But that I feel like that needle starts to slowly move, where more people are open to do. I mean, like those Joy Toy World War II figures, man. I would have never thought to be one to get one, but those look pretty damn dope.
May 1/18th.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I will tell. Come out next month, right? December, allegedly.
Allegedly,
December, folks.
Anyone trying to build or make dioramas on commission, the bigger ones, the 1/6, they usually, most of those figures cost so much that usually they're willing to, the acceptable range on the price is usually a little bit higher because they're used to. I mean, those guys with like the Hot Toys and stuff like that, they're used to kind of, it's crazy the amount some of that stuff costs. They look awesome.
Oh yeah. I want to get that Captain American Falcon. Like that thing. It looks
crazy.
Well, did you see what was that? Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
Mm-hmm.
So the last scene where he comes out in that kind of Captain America red, white, and blue suit.
Okay.
They created that into a 1/6, but the wings are all articulated, the whole nine. Like it is pretty dope. But
nice. I was gonna say, yeah, wow.
See you, Robert. Have a good night, man.
Have a good night.
Adam, the music in the background is called "Feeding the Ducks." That's what it's called.
Literally?
Yeah, it's called Feeding the Ducks.
Wow.
Okay.
I was debating turning it off, but then I was like, "Oh, there's just going to be this weird cold silence, and I don't know if I want to go back to it." And it's just kind of vibing in my ear. But if it's annoying the chat, we'll turn it off. But...
Is this your first time with the music?
Yeah.
Well, like for a full stream, yeah. Like I think I turned it on, like maybe 2 or 3 episodes ago. We were just like rambling for no reason, and I started playing it to like, "Hey, let's wrap it up, B."
Yeah.
But then we started talking about your music that you play on your stream, so we just kind of kept it going.
So when you guys jump in there for a minute or two on my stream, the music I have on, annoying or okay?
Oh, no, I mean, I say so. I'm usually either I'm at work or coming home from work or finally at work, depending on where I jump in. But no, it's good because, like I said, I mean, you don't do a whole lot of talking. Like your basis is more, hey, look at what I'm doing.
Right.
So the music kind of really just fits the idea behind what you're trying to accomplish. Also, on the other hand, where 98% of our show is talking, the other 2% is me, throwing shade at that guy. I don't know. Music, no music doesn't really make a difference. But no, it's good. It's good volume. I like it.
I had 1 or 2 that the volume was off, and I listened to it later, and I'm like, oh my god, there's parts where you can barely hear me, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and that's just a lot of people. You gotta figure most people either have AirPods in or headphones, so they adjust their volume based on however loud they think it is. So be fine.
Yeah.
Where am I at? Fat Red Foo. There aren't a lot of play sets out there for collectors anymore. Well, I mean, I guess that depends on how. In my opinion, I guess it depends on how you look at the word play sets. If you're talking about adult play sets, no. But there's tons of kid play sets that can work depending on your toy that you're trying to play set it with. Like I think on Wilhelm's show this afternoon, they were talking about like the Paw Patrol vehicles and all that, how they fit great with a lot of those 1/18 scale type things. So like you just got to open up that box of saying, hey, maybe look into other avenues.
Did you see that video Chad did? Where he
I haven't started. I haven't watched it yet. I got like a mountain of lists.
It came out good. It was just a fairly inexpensive children's playset toy. I don't know how much it was. I'm guessing it was around $20 or something like that, if that. And yeah, it looks good for sure. Like a Cobra missile base or something like that. I'm not sure exactly.
Hold on one second.
Well, he had to go for a moment. So Aaron sent me some notes. Ted, are you done boxing everything up yet? Ted, did you make episode 4 of no, I'm not gonna do that.
Oh no, that sounds exactly like him. I was confused. I was like, is he doing a bit? I guess he's just leaving.
Yeah,
so
maybe I bet his dinner's here.
Yeah, maybe. All right. So let me figure out where he was in the chat, and then we'll finish the chat and then we'll move along. All right. So oh yeah, I got him started on there. Yeah. Sir T Baggins. If you're thinking of mining Dio in 118 for sci-fi feel, Haya is getting close to some gene stealers for the Warhammer 40k line. I don't know what those are.
You ever see Starship Troopers?
Yes.
The bugs are basically a copy off of Tyranids in Warhammer, just like StarCraft. You ever play StarCraft?
No.
Okay, well, gene stealers is a type of Tyranid bug alien thingy.
Okay, interesting.
Unless I'm getting it mixed up, but I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Cutthroat thinks it's cool that you use a laser. I think cool you use the laser tool to make dioramas for yourself.
Yeah, I just got the laser maybe a couple of months ago, and it's been really fun because before I was having to do lots of stuff by hand out of clay for littler pieces, but the laser is really, really good at that. I have something I can show off in that vein, but we'll wait till a little later.
Yeah, that's fine. Payne's Toy Samples, he says, was certainly looking at the rollers in regards to, I think, High School Creations ones.
Yeah. So those rollers, like I said, the ones that were in the smaller scale, the only thing is they don't press the foam down as much as if you were to carve it, obviously. So if you're dry brushing, you have to have a lighter hand in order to kind of make it look good. They work really well, though, and you could make things 100 times faster than trying to carve it. And, lots of things on a diorama sometimes it's like background. And so using those to add some texture in, very viable and, cool product.
Yeah, that was my first thought when I saw the rollers. I was just like, well, this looks cool, but I don't know if that's actually going to replace the monotony of carving out things brick by brick. Like, when you're doing the boring generic brick wall.
Right.
Like, it just didn't look like they could get in there deep enough. And then my dumb ass would be worried about rolling it straight. And then the next one I'd end up being crooked somehow. And
could do that.
Just a waste of my time.
But I'm sure like some of the flagstone patterns and stuff like that, it definitely would add some quick textures to things. It definitely has a use.
Yeah, sure. I was thinking like floor for sure. Wasn't so sure about walls, but like could probably make a nice ground with that. But Junkion says, yeah, Black Magic Craft does a lot of stuff for dios. Okay.
Black Magic Craft mainly does gaming. So Warhammer and Dungeons and Dragons buildings and such.
Got it.
Really good stuff, though.
I guess we already touched about this. Fat Red Foo is asking if the rollers work well. Mr. Wonderful, Travis says the misses and kids is the hardest part. And I imagine, he deals with that too because he also has a full-time job and a family. And then he's just down in his little lab all the time. Just He's like, I have 700 3D printers running right now. Good old Travis. And then
just made me think of Moss Man outside checking Travis's meter, and the meter is just like going nuts.
No. Oh no, the meter's out of control. Cox Create is in the building. Yo, welcome, sir. And also check him out on Instagram as well. He's been doing a lot of awesome toy photography lately, specifically stuff that he's purchased from HelloDopeToys.com.
Nice.
Go check that out. And then Sir T Baggins, once again, one of the few hot toys I'd love to have is 2 of the porcelain-styled stormtroopers to guard my fine tea set. And then we have Mr. Laserpants in the building, who I thought was moderating Ninja streams. So I don't know what he's doing in here. Slacking off, apparently. All the sex bots are going to take over.
Is devious.
And now I see why Aaron wants me to star things while he is dealing with that, because now I have a whole freaking chat here, stuff that I gotta go and figure out later.
Doing fine.
Chat, we'll get back to you guys. Oh, I should probably take that off. This is why I don't do this alone.
Yeah, no, look, I understand trying to do multiple things. And I've been mentioning it on my stream. I'm probably going to just break down and get StreamYards. Blacknight is eating his dinner. He was starving. That's funny. I know Ted is feeling so abandoned right now. He's like, he just goes and eats dinner. But
I abandon him all the time. I deserve this.
I mean, I'm here. I'm just not here.
Been lurking the whole time.
What you eating on?
Some hot wings.
Okay.
Well, cool. Then you can start the chat.
No, I can't.
That's not computer friendly or camera friendly food to be eating, really. So stuck in the poop line. Hey, we've all been there.
I mean, that might come later.
For sure.
So, well, I want to say hello to Billy Go Boom real quick. Yo,
Boom.
fellas, popping in to say hi. Got my Ryu and Chun-Li from y'all yesterday. Excellent packaging, guys. Thank you, friend. Thank you for giving us a try. We always appreciate that. So, one of the main things I wanted to have you on here for was to talk about these bigger companies kind of getting into the diorama building business, So right now, I mean, there's a company that specifically does it, but they just do like flat cardboard backgrounds. I think it's like Extreme Sets is the company name. So they do lots of stuff.
Also, I think.
Okay. I haven't seen that one.
Mm-hmm.
But then, NECA came out the gate with that sewer layer, which they got laughed out of the building for. Did you see the sewer layer?
Somehow, no. I've heard about it. I actually didn't see the NECA sewer layer, which is crazy. I've seen the ramen one, but not the NECA one.
So the sewer layer, I believe they unveiled that at PowerCon. I might be wrong about that. At least it was like one of the first places somebody could go see it. And they were like $300 a room, I believe is the price. So it's just split into rooms, but it's just an empty room. It didn't come with any of the accessories like the couch or the TV or the rug or anything like that, where it's just a brick wall, a sewer tunnel, and a cement floor. And they were like, well, $300 for that. And so everybody laughed. And that might have been actually one of the best things for the diorama community, because the first thing everyone said was, oh, I could go make that. I'm going to go make that right now. And everybody just started making that. And then after they were done getting laughed out of the building, that's kind of where Ace stepped in, and we love Ace over at Ramen, and he's got his, I don't remember what he's calling. It's something really clever. Yes.
Dioramas.
Yes, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So he's doing his musk layer, which is full of lights and magnets and add this piece, remove this piece. It's very intricate, very insane.
A lot. Yeah, I watched the stream on with Laserpants on 3POA, and it was, he just kept adding another thing, just another thing, and you're like, what on earth, man? I mean, he's got like a telephone booth and fire escapes and parts that move and the magnet lights and all that. I was like, what the heck, dude? So that's a lot. I don't know how he's doing all that tooling for all those different pieces. I don't know the business that much, but obviously the margins that he's running, I don't know. It's got to be something very different than what. Maybe it was just cutting out a middleman or so. I don't know. I guess we'll see when it gets delivered what everything looks like. But it looks. I mean, what he showed looks awesome.
Oh, it looks absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like, where the hell do I put this thing? Because it's not going to fit in the detail. I believe it's like
It's almost double.
feet.
It's almost double a detail for just one room. And if you're talking about the double room one, it's like, almost 4 feet, I think, or something crazy.
And I want to say the price point was around $200. I really should have researched that beforehand. I was going off of memory. It's less than NECA. But when you're looking at that, I guess I got a couple questions in regard to this. So do you find it offensive that companies are kind of like stealing the thunder of your community by trying to mass produce this stuff? And also, what do you think about the price point from what NECA offered and what Ramen's offered based off of something that, well, somebody commissioned you to make that? Would it still be in that same price range of $200 to $300?
So generally, I don't like doing things big because shipping and everything gets into being a problem. There are some guys that do like huge, High School Creations has done some huge ones. Oilers has done some huge ones, but it takes a long time. I mean, sometimes you can wait half a year to have something built and delivered, or even longer, depending on, who you're dealing with. Some guys are quicker than that. I don't have a problem with companies going in and doing that. I don't think they will ever be able to be as nimble as an individual making something. So, what's going to happen is if Ramen ships the Musk and people start buying it and he's going to make packs and stuff, people will just make accessories to sell to fit that. There'll be other parts and add-ons and stuff. I was kind of surprised. Like I said, 2014 is when I started really messing with toy dioramas, 2015, 2014. But there weren't more companies doing it. And I kind of figured something like Extreme Sets was going to happen eventually. Someone was going to try and figure out a way to capitalize on that. But I just don't think that there's a market there for it, but it's not the same as like the action figure market. Because out of every person that buys 100 action figures, how many dioramas are they really going to get? I mean, was that the thumbs up for what I said, or because your dinner was great?
No, it was Ed.
Oh, okay. You got a little something in your tooth, right on, man. Yeah, so I don't know. I think it's fine. It's a normal progression of things. I don't know if they're going to be able to get the numbers of people to commit to buying those bigger projects in time to justify it. There are lots of, if you go on Big Bad Toy Store, I'm supposed to say their name on your I'm sorry.
That's like cussing in front of your mother.
If you go on, then you'll find lots of little diorama pieces and stuff, and I have some on some other sites as well, made by different parties, and some of them look really good. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think the customized stuff is going away anytime soon. So
interesting. The chat has a little bit of stuff to say about this. Aaron, are you back now?
Can be.
Do you want to see what the chat is all fired up about now?
Sure.
Because it started scrolling there for a second. I think I captured it all.
It's fine. Scuba Pete, welcome, my friend. Good to see you. Blacknight likes wingies. I do.
He doesn't.
They were quite delicious, actually. Well, that I was just that hungry. I just didn't care. Big Bacon says, Bacon makes a great co-host. Just saying.
Everything's better with bacon.
Oh, absolutely. These wings probably would have been better with bacon. Or some bacon grease. Oh, yeah. Fat Red Food, he's got hot wing fingers. That keyboard's taboo. Yeah, you can't be on a keyboard with. These were extra sauce too, so they were good. It's Chad. The big toy companies forgot how to make toys for play, hence why no play sets or poor dioramas.
And that's a big part of that too, is they're not making these as toys for kids to play on. So when you used to have play sets, they were for play for kids, but also they probably sold them in much greater numbers because all the kids were buying them and not just, adult collectors. And also the breakage. When you sell things to kids, they smash them. So, half of them probably got thrown in the trash in the first year, causing people to rebuy and all that stuff that you don't get with adults usually.
HDC, but a step up from the Star Wars hallway set.
I don't remember what that was in reference to.
Oh, you started.
I did. And I remembered why at the time, and I don't remember why now.
Okay.
Okay.
Sir T. Baggins, I'm excited for future Dioramas and accessory packs. As are we. Trust me, we are. And then Adam wants to know where do I get wings at? I got it from Donato's. That's where the wife just came from. And then once again, Sir T. Baggins, would Hell Dope carry any of it as buying from ramen and support and selling for people who don't happen to see or know about ramen toys? That part hasn't come up in conversation. I mean, if Ace pops in, because he has before, I'm sure, you can shed some light. But I mean, we do have some of his stuff, like the Aces of Aviation. We have the Marshall. I think those are the only two.
For now, yeah.
For now. So, I mean, the door's open if, things were to present itself. But, those conversations haven't happened yet. So, hopefully.
Does he have anything for sale stateside right now?
From his site, yes.
Okay,
like the Makina, I think is one of the few, like one of the car, the smaller car. I'm pretty sure that the Ramen Racer is like due early to mid next year, like first quarter. So that's coming right around the corner. So he's got some things up there, but yeah, I don't know if he has anything through that other store that's big and bad. Maybe there is. I'm not sure exactly. I don't pay attention to it as much anymore.
Okay.
A lot of talk about my hot wings, man.
Yeah.
Fired up about the mention of hot wings. Hey, man, gotta go get you some. They're good.
You should probably try and get a sponsorship because you're about to get them some business.
Hey, I'm all for it, man. They said those hit the spot. I was dying. The wife saved the day.
Nice.
And then also for reference, he was referring to the NECA sewer space comment from earlier. That thing that I forgot. So cool. You said you wanted to whip something out, friend. You said you wanted to whip something out. Said you were going to go whip it out.
Yeah,
me. Now this is just something small. Just something small. We were talking about laser cutting. And it's just something simple. Like this is literally a jumbo popsicle stick from Walmart, which is what I use for most of my bits because it's nice and thin, good for diorama stuff. And just working on some control panels all cut out of the wood. And it's really cool because, I draw in the program the outline of what I want on the larger piece of wood. Then I just duplicate it and cut it out of another piece, and then you can kind of glue it together to make like the layered thing. So I'm going to probably experiment some more with that, make larger and larger panels. And yeah, anyway.
Have you dabbled with any lights at all? So I know earlier you showed your display that has a window that you can put a light behind, but is there any chance of any lights in these consoles to go the beep, boop, bop? Because that looks like a perfect window right there.
It would. I'm a little hesitant to start with the electronics because electronics always wear out. You have to deal with batteries. You have to make it to where it's easily accessible. Not in the immediate future. When I do things with lights and windows, I use my photography lighting to light it from behind. And nothing fancy, just little like, small cube or Ulanzi lights that if you're doing any kind of action figure photography, you probably have 2 or 3 of these things laying around. As long as you have a transparent section, you can put a light. Now, obviously, with something small like a console, it'd be tricky to do that. You would have to build it with the light inside or have maybe a hole on the back that you could angle the light up and build the screen and everything. But with the materials I'm working with, it'd be kind of difficult to do that. I'd have to start using acrylic sheets and cutting that to put in there in order to have enough strength to make the screen and then put something on it. So no, not immediately, but it probably will happen eventually.
All right. So I'm curious because you've been out in the toy community a lot lately. I don't know. I don't know if I just never noticed before or you're doing it more frequently, but you're definitely out here in the live streams and mingling with the humans. And are we converting you, friend? Are we converting you into a toy guy? I mean, you surround yourself with so many people. After a while,
you're not
to become them.
You're not wrong. You wanna buy stuff, but I'm kind of broke, and I can't really afford to do that. I'm not like broke, but I don't have disposable income to do that right now. Most people really don't right now. Obviously, it can be an issue sometimes, but maybe I do like stuff. I mean, I have the itch that probably everyone has when they first get into it, and that is I want all the things that my dad threw out or that I couldn't get when I was a kid. You know, I want my Voltron back, of course. I had Lion Voltron and the vehicle Voltron. I really like that back. I used to have the Technodrome and all the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I kind of the robots are calling to me more. I'm weird and I don't like people. Like that's kind of why I'm kind of immune from action figures. I don't really care about the people. I like Gundams. I like I said, Voltron interests me, things like that. But I don't know, Thundercats are kind of cool. But yeah, like just the everything is the same person, you know, I'm not the same, but you know what I mean? Like most action figures are just a dude with different stuff on it or a girl with different stuff on her. And they're cool, but for me, I like mechs. I like things like that. The Warhammer stuff, the Joy Toy stuff, gets me a bit because I really used to enjoy Warhammer, and I think you've seen the Dreadnought I have too, the bigger one. And that's really cool. It's also quite pricey to go down that rabbit hole as well. And I'm also the type of person where when I want something, I usually try to build it first before I buy it. So I kind of was even thinking about trying to build a Voltron, which is completely freaking crazy. But I don't know. Maybe one day.
When you say build a Voltron, are you just saying just a standing still one or one that you can take apart into individual cats?
It would probably be a standing still one to start with. Yeah. All what you're talking about would require CAD and all of that, and you know, maybe I'll get there eventually. I have been going to I think I mentioned a makerspace, which is a place I can go take classes on that kind of thing. They have all the machinery there. There's a guy that does SolidWorks classes for, you know, that's basically CAD for designing things like that. And I'm planning on. I already went to 2. I did a woodshop safety and a 3-point photography, 3-point lighting for photography, and I knew most of it, but this guy was someone who worked on short films and stuff before and is really into that. And the way he explained it, I was like, oh my God. I mean, I've been looking at this stuff for years. I had no idea what the heck some of the stuff I was looking at. It just, you know, 2 hours later, I understood a lot more than I did before. So sometimes having, you know, someone to sit down with stuff like that is invaluable. But yeah, there's so many pieces that you can use to make this stuff, and so many options now available between the laser cutting and the 3D printing, and it's quite a bit. But I think it'll congeal into something new soon enough. Hi again.
I think he's just coming in and dipping back out.
Right.
Hello again.
Well, he's supposed to be working. He's a moderator. He can't just leave the stream. Like I said before, all the sex bots are going to come in because he's over here slacking off on the Hella Dope stream.
Speaking of Greg Finstad, how's it going? How is sipping time? Sipping time is much better now that I've had some food.
So, it's no joke. I made sure to eat before I got on here.
Normally we do, but the wife had to work the other job today, so she was at home. So I had to either fend for myself or wait for her to bring me food. So help
me! I can't can't boil water. Please bring me food.
No. I can definitely do that. I just don't. I'm lazy and I'd rather not.
No, I hear you, man. It's totally life.
I'm the guy that will go. I will go to the gas station and like buy gas station food before I make my own food.
That's not classy, friend.
No, Sheets, man. Sheets got some good stuff over there.
Ah, never been there. Well, they got rid of my Woodies. They got rid of my Woody and put up a Sheets.
I can't stand that place, dude. Honestly, I hate that place.
Oh, me too.
Every time I ate there, I felt like crap afterwards.
It was like all overcooked and overpriced, man.
Oh yeah.
And I tried to get a rare steak, and one time they were fine with it, and then the second time they're like, "We don't do that here, friend." And I'm like, "Fine, just burn the fuck out of it, I guess."
Laser Pants is a mod and a sex bot.
He is both.
Now we need an action figure of the Laser Pants sex bot.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
Laser Pants is by.
I'm sure someone.
How does no one made a white potato head yet?
He has one. He has a potato head of. It's got his face on it on a Mr. Potato Head. I think he can say it in the chat, but I think it was Mark II Designs who did that and sent that to him because he also did his head scan for his action figure head. But yeah, it's some things shouldn't be created, just because you can doesn't mean you should. But there's some good pictures of it on the 3POA Facebook page.
For a good time, call the white potato.
Oh yeah, that line's open 24/7. For that good time, go ahead and call the white potato.
Like put in the deep fryer sound. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't. Go ahead, Aaron.
No, I can't. Hold on. See, even Carol agrees, man. She's got that good food. I mean, they don't have all the good food. Some of that stuff's a little. The hot dog's okay, but yeah, there's some things I wish they would do better. But like the Speedway Cafe that they have, the big one, they got some good stuff in there.
Yeah, we don't have any of that in Texas. It's all completely different places.
Yeah, well, you got that. What do y'all have down there? You have that one that's like a huge ass truck stop.
That's what it's called. Huge ass truck stop.
Huge ass truck stop.
Come on down, y'all. Get on. Come on.
I think I know. Come on down, y'all. The huge ass truck stop. No, I think I know what you mean, but I can't remember the name of it either because they're not really in inner like the cities or somewhere. They're further
like
out.
It's like right outside. Yeah, like in between, like going into Dallas and like Texarkana. See, I could say that because I went there. I drove.
See that. Yeah, and they'll have all kinds of stuff in there. Sometimes a little motel with like some slot machines and the whole crazy thing going on in there. So sort of slot machines, but
slot machines, and they got lot lizards. Interesting.
Oh yeah, those are around.
Come on down to big ass truck stop and meet Carol.
Big ass Carol.
Vanessa.
Dude,
what a burger. Just the way you like it.
Dude, I need that spicy ketchup. Just thinking about it right now.
Patty melt. I like the patty melt.
I've never had a Whataburger.
Closest one is in Nashville.
They're good. They're greasy. They're definitely not health food, but they're pretty good for fast food. Mr.
If you're eating a big ass hamburger, you're not trying to eat it for health.
It's true. Okay. That's true.
Mr. Wonderful.
Mr. Wonderful was asking me, you do laser cutting, right? What do you use for laser cutting? I have a X Tools M1, which is it's an enclosed X tool. So it's kind of like a mini Glowforge, but it's not a Glowforge. Very important if you're using it. It's not intense. I could pick it up, but I'm not going to. It's right there. If you're going to be doing it indoors and you don't have an extra room or a giant basement of maniacalness, then you need one that's enclosed so you can pipe it out the window. Otherwise, you're going to be choking to death because you're burning through stuff. I mean, you're creating smoke. So, yeah.
Random. Apparently, you're being attacked now. It's Texas, and you're looking for Warhammer. They have a decent cafe in their big store location there.
So I haven't played Warhammer in a very long time. It was before they had the Games Workshop stores all over the place here. It used to be mostly independent comic shops back in the day, and then they kind of started coming in with the actual Games Workshop stores. You're probably talking about the one in the Grapevine Mills Mall, which is not too far from here. But I haven't played actual Warhammer probably in like 20 years. So.
Fat Red Food says, I always forget you're in Texas, zero accent.
That's probably because I don't think it's zero. It's weird and muddled because I am originally from New York, Brooklyn, actually, and then came to Texas. Brooklyn. Yeah, Brooklyn. Then came to Texas when I was 18.
Do you ever get confused when you're talking and you're just like, howdy, partner, forget about it?
So people tell me when I get mad or I'm talking to like my mother or father on the phone, all of a sudden I sound like I'm from New York sometimes. Just little bits.
Man, these people make me more hungry than I already was. The patty melt with jalapenos. Yes.
Yeah, definitely good.
Allison Troy, Whataburger is the best at 2 a.m. when the bar is closed. You need to sober up and you can drive home. See, we have White Castle for that here, or Steak and Shake.
Yeah, we have Steak and Shake. There's no White Castles here, and I do like White Castle. The sliders are definitely they're extraordinary food.
Exactly. You don't eat them any other time because then you just pay the price.
Yeah, we also have Waffle House, but if you're not in a mood for a fight, you might go to Whataburger.
Well, so here's the rule about Waffle House, right? You go to a Waffle House, first off, if it has a green health inspection, don't go in there. Like, if that bitch ain't yellow or red or like on their last warning, you gotta have that cook back there that's got the smoke. That is a good Waffle House because they make that shit good for you. You go to a green health inspected Waffle House, horrible service, horrible food.
No good.
You
can't trust a Waffle House cook without he's got to have like a limb missing or something like that. Eye patch.
They cuss you out
in there.
Now I thought I said Jack in the Box at 2 a.m. I did have Jack in the Box.
Jack's okay.
I went to Texas for the first time last year. Was it last year? This year? Last year.
In Dallas?
I did. We went to WrestleMania there.
Oh, okay.
So I got to check some things off my list. So I had been to Texas. I went inside of AT&T Stadium because I'm a Cowboys fan. So cool. I got that off my list, and then obviously WrestleMania with my brother in Texas was a good time. So yeah, it was good. It was awesome. Love it.
Nice.
But now I want Whataburger.
I could go for some Whataburger myself, or hot wings. Honestly, you were killing me talking about that.
Well, it was either that or she was gonna bring me a mariachi beef pizza. So it'd have been one or the other.
Mariachi beef.
That's how we do it here.
So, Ted.
Yeah.
You ever gonna maybe you know what I'm gonna ask, don't you?
It could be a lot of things.
Episode 4.
Episode 4.
The people need it, Ted.
See, everything had quieted down after episode 3, and I thought I was off the hook again.
Is it going to happen, or you don't want it? If you don't want it, you could do something else.
No, it's not that I don't.
Listen to this guy. Calm down over there.
He doesn't get that choice.
I love doing it. It's just, again, it's one of those things that it takes like the whole day.
Yeah,
and it's challenging because while it looks like part of the joke is the amateur look to it, because everyone's always giving me shit. They're like, "Oh, I can see your hands in it." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's part of the joke. I can see my hands in it too. I'm filming it." So every now and then I try to get a little more cleaner with it, but then I'm just like, well,
"Don't worry about it.
Not as funny now."
Yeah.
But yeah, it takes so much time, and then you and I bounce ideas back and forth. Like I tell you kind of my creative process when I'm thinking. I'm like, oh, I'm thinking about doing this, and you respond with stuff, and I'm just such a perfectionist about it. Like, the idea has to be funny, and I can't rush it because that's what I'd been doing before. I've been like, we just got to bang this out, or this went on too long, or I don't know.
Well, there's nothing wrong with like setting a couple of rules to limit what you're going to do. So, like when you're painting, sometimes they'll do what they call like limited palette painting. You just use certain colors, so you don't have to think about it so much. Or doing it like grayscale, so you don't have to worry about the color. You're just thinking about the shades of everything and the shapes of everything. So you set a couple of limiting rules for yourself, and then just play within those rules and try to bang something out. I think it would be good for you to make a few things within a set amount of time and not be so precious about it, because I think sometimes just doing things in a random sense, it turns out pretty good. Sometimes the control is an illusion to a degree. And if you can get to that play state, like I was saying, where you're just kind of goofing. I mean, it would even be funny now that we had this conversation if you shot a video where you're just throwing the damn Moss Man across the screen because you don't want to take time to film it properly. You're like, oh no, and it just goes flying. And the whole thing is just shot like that. We're just like dropping Skeletor on his head and the castle falls over. I mean, it might be funny. I don't know. If you cut it right, it probably would be. So I don't know.
Also, I'm really upset because I went to Walmart yesterday and I found Moss Man on the shelf again, and I was like, "Oh man, I need to replace mine because my poor dude here has his face is separating." So when I was recording episode, you can't even see it; it's ridiculous. Yeah. But when I was recording, that's all I could see was his face splitting off. So I'm like trying to comb over him, and I'm like, that's all I see is just this huge crack in his face, and it's right. Bro.
So just make him a Band-Aid. Just make him a Band-Aid, dude. Make a Band-Aid, put it. I know it definitely would bug me because I know that figure wasn't exactly nothing, but
fucking expensive.
Like $40.
Yeah, it's $40. That's yeah. I don't know, when the idea comes, I get really excited about it. It's just, I don't know, hard to find that creative space right now. Because I do miss the stop motion. I do miss Skeletor dad jokes. Travis, I miss Crazy Ted sometimes. I miss Crazy Clown. Like, I miss doing fun things like that. And it would be nice. I was very proud of episode 3. I wish it would have done better because
don't get hung up. I figured I knew you must have been looking at that and be like, oh, it's got 100 less views. It just don't worry about that. Man. Don't worry. I know it's hard to not worry about it, but
always looking at analytics, man. Even when I tell myself not to do it, when this show ends, I'm gonna look at it like, oh, what happened? I'm gonna look at it tomorrow morning.
I don't want to say I don't care because it is important, but it's important in the macro sense, not in the micro sense. Okay, like you'll go crazy, and it's not super constructive to dwell on it on the small sense all the time. I think you can learn things, a lot of it, like with stuff. I don't even know. What time did you release episode 3? Like what time of day?
8 o'clock at night, 7, 8 o'clock.
Yeah, because it was a scramble to get it. I think it was like 7:30, 8 o'clock our time. Okay.
And I'll say videos do better for me if they come out around 1, 2, 3, right around that time on YouTube. But Ted, you could have held it till the next day, man. I remember telling you.
But I got excited. I get excited.
Like, do that. You can set it to a timer and like set it to schedule the release. So like that's what I did for a while. Like when we first started the YouTube thing, I like all those shorts that we had previously created, and I would set like 1 or 2 up on a timer. So like one will list at like 12 o'clock in the afternoon, one will go on at like 7 o'clock at night. And it would just keep going. It would just do it that way.
Well, and you see, I understand how Ted's feeling. I understand how you're feeling, Ted, because I have
my art.
Right. No, your art process is constipated, and I get that. Like it's literally like you feel it. It's in there. It won't come out, and when it starts to move, you're like, get it out, and it's done, and you want to be done with it. But sometimes, you'll if you take a step back from that, lots of times the time you release a video can affect it, and it's different on different platforms. So it's just something. It might not, but it's something to think about.
Yeah, Matt Noon said it. Like, I mean, and this is anything. Like, all you can post the best video that you sat down and created, like the best work, and it will do shitty. Mm-hmm. Then you do the one where you just literally took a camera and went. So, I think on it's on my Instagram. I took me, my son, and my wife to Nashville for SummerSlam, right? And like where we sat was like right by the aisleway where the wrestlers come out. And I just did like a little panoramic view of me doing this with my camera. The thing has like 10,000 views.
Yeah, and people love candid stuff. I mean, that's what you're on here for mostly, is candid stuff, and they love low production value stuff too. Yeah. I mean, you can go watch a movie. We have, a million. I have streaming through my computer. If they never release another thing, I can watch until the day I die, 100 times over, and not see everything that's available. Highly produced, amazing stuff. So people like the relatability and that kind of stuff. That candid stuff can do really, really well. And totally right. You don't know what's going to hit. All the reels that I had that did really well were usually processed in the middle of something, just candidly shot. I mean, not candidly, because I did edit it together, but you're talking about sometimes I spent all day or 2 days on an idea and building something, sometimes a week building something, filming it, and it does okay. And then some stupid thing gets 4 million views of me just like, doing this, I'm painting this, and like whatever. And then it's like 4 million views. There you go.
Watch me cut this phone.
Yeah, and some people, it's relaxing, Yeah, ASMR foam cutting. Who the heck knows? I don't know.
Yeah,
but
that should be the next thing there.
I did it.
But should do more of it.
I should do more. Yeah, I
do
did
it more.
A long time ago. It's amazing. Do it. Largo said, "Life is what happens when you're making other plans." And yeah, there's another quote like that. It's like, I don't put much stock in plans. Plans aren't worth that much, but planning is invaluable. So
yeah, I can't think of what it says. So we, my wife works for, in the medical field. So we went to a Blue Jackets game, and it was, Ohio Health Night. So they were giving out bracelets, and on the bracelet, I'm pretty sure it says "always make plans." And like, I always like do stuff. I live in the moment. I don't like. She always asks me, "Hey, this is what's happening Friday, at 7:00, or this is like." She plans stuff. I don't plan anything, but like I plan stuff differently. Like I plan like right now, like in 5 minutes, I'm gonna like take this plate. I'm gonna take it upstairs. Like my plan process is way different than hers. But like, when I saw that, they'll always plan, like always have something in your mind, always work on something, and it just made a lot of sense. Like when me and Ted were talking earlier, we're trying to find ways to lighten our personal load to focus more on other things. So now we got a plan in place. Now the execution's happening. We'll see how well that goes on our part of doing other things, but it's always having a plan in place is always great.
Yeah, you got to have. You're good. You have to think about how the adjustments you're going to make, and always be making those little adjustments too. But the act of sitting, and this goes back to the focus block thing again, just chilling for a minute, no screens on, sitting alone with a piece of paper, and letting some ideas kind of come out, and just write a few things down each day is pretty useful. But you got to be left alone to do that, or hide somewhere, go into the gas station bathroom and just chill for 5 minutes or something, whatever you got to do.
Yes.
Aaron, do you want to say what's up to the chat again? And then we're almost at 2 hours, so we'll say hey to the chat and let Radnom promote whatever he wants, and then release all the humans back to the wild.
Sir Teabaggins, more food talk. Making some drumsticks for Thanksgiving, breaded and frosted flakes. That's interesting. And wrapped in bacon with some honey barbecue and some chunks and skins. Man, that sounds too good.
As crazy as that sounds, I know it would taste good.
Oh yeah, send me a plate. I'll do a live eating. So my son, for his birthday, Ted came for his birthday and everything. He would not call him Ted or Teddy or anything involved. His name was Mr. Hella Dope. That's what he would call him all day. Like, I love the kid. He's great. Like they're like two peas in a way. Like my son and Teddy are like they're like friends. Like they don't even know it. Like, he always wants to call and see how he's doing. Like he's at work right now, dude. Like I don't even call him right now. Like, we'll call him anyway. I'm like, no, dude, let the man work. But he adores him, and it's awesome that he has somebody like that he can do that too. Mr. Teabaggins once again can't wait for the Moss Man breaking fourth wall episode, and just being Ted's conscious / guide to getting a day of tasks done. Then turns out Moss Man was alive the whole time.
Wow.
That's some deep stuff right there.
That's some real deep stuff. That's like some true behind the scenes right there.
So
you need to show Aaron's hand holding the Moss Man. Like Aaron's out of frame. You see Aaron's arm come in when Moss Man's like talking smack to Ted, like, Ted, you better get back to work. Yeah.
The only thing that is absolutely planned for episode 4 is the post-credit scene. That is literally the only thing I have. The twist post-credit scene, but I have nothing that gets me to that point because it's just a throwaway clip. So there is something for episode 4 out there when the rest hits me.
Did you ever do anything with that other commercial thing you were thinking about doing?
I mean, we have the one up for Lawrence. I owe Unboxing Art a better commercial. I just I just haven't. But yeah, no, the Moss Man commercial on a Punk with Toys channel is gonna get so old so fast. It probably already is. I imagine everybody is sick of seeing that, so it probably needs something to freshen it up, and that'd probably be easier to think of than anything else. But yeah, that's about as far as I've gotten with that.
Maybe do something for the holiday.
Yeah, I do have tiny Santa hats.
I got some too, yeah.
1/12 scale Santa hat. I don't even know if this will fit his head. Please fit his head.
Well, that would be the ridiculousness behind it.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah, that's it. Come get your toys.
Merry Christmas, y'all.
Get the hell of Christmas.
Smack the space booty.
Oh my god.
Here we go again.
Anyway, Fat Red Food says we'll definitely love Moss Man because it's ridiculous, not because it's super scripted. And I'm just waiting for for Kayla to come in. Now you mentioned Space Booty.
Yeah, she just gets summoned.
Did someone say Space Booty?
See what's funny is Moss Man's not even the Space Booty figure. He's right. I can't reach him. It's whatever.
You have a Space Booty figure? This is an actual
the Mask of the Red Death. When we did our unboxing episode of that, I was imprinting Moss Man's voice on him. He was singing songs about Space Booty. And I haven't been able to touch him since because now I just make him talk like Moss Man too. I can't give him a better voice, and there can only be one Moss Man. So
exactly. Jason Evangelista, how's it going? Good to see you. And then Fat Red Food, Ted, you make good stuff. Just keep telling yourself this.
Oh, I know it's good. I just need more people to see it. That's all.
The next time you do one, take a short clip of it in vertical format. You think you can do that?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm not trying to now I'm like strong arming you. Listen to this. As long as I'm in the clip and my voice is somewhere in there, I will definitely do a collab share of it
Okay.
On Instagram, so at least we'll put more eyeballs on it.
Okay.
But shooting vertical is a pain in the butt because you're on YouTube, you're shooting wide format, and then so it's tricky. I know. Just something to think about. Offers there.
I will keep that in mind.
Greg is kind of answering this question, but I want to see your thoughts on this, Ted. I don't know, Random, if you have any thoughts on it, but you can speak on it. Speaking of holiday toys, how are you feeling about fresh Monkey Fiction stuff? I'm still hyped, even with the delay. My answer behind that is they won't talk to us. I tried to talk to them at PowerCon, and that ended that conversation there. Because right after PowerCon, they were up on Big Bad Toy Stores. So. I mean, they look cool. I mean, I'll give them that. But yeah,
hey,
that's kind of why would they not?
Yay for them. It's like an exclusive or something. I think they're like an in-house. I don't know. I'm just talking out my ass, but my understanding is they're like under the Big Bad umbrella.
Oh well, I mean, if they're maybe partially owned or receiving funding or something, I'm pretty sure
they've funded some part of this.
Yeah, because I mean, otherwise, you guys are like, here, take our money. We don't want your money. Like,
well, good. I didn't want to give it to you anyway.
Yeah. Need more wings.
Yeah.
All right.
Is that everything for the chat?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Random, what would you like to promote, my friend?
Just the Etsy for right now. So once again, let's take a look. Let me switch my camera.
You can do that.
And I even have a light. Let's turn on a light. Boom! Let there be light. So we still have, it's either 4 or 5 of these consoles up on my Etsy. And I also today just put the science fiction style desk that's inspired by my 5th grade teacher's clunky metal desk in the 80s. I'm sure you guys obviously remember those things from the way you're laughing.
Oh, yeah.
So those are up on Etsy, and I'm going to be doing some more in that series. I might eventually do something with a chair. People keep asking me for chairs, and I was thinking maybe doing a chair and a small console as a set, but we'll see. And of course, let me switch the camera back. Follow me on YouTube if you're not. I do a live stream on Fridays if you just like hanging out, or if you have any questions that I might have an answer to on building something. Not that I know everything, but I know a couple of things. And if not me, there's people hanging out in the chat always helping each other out. So that's really cool. I've actually learned a lot from some of the guys that hang out in there and girls. I think there was one girl one time. Anyway.
There's not one girl one time.
Yeah. Well, I get some arts and crafts crossovers with my stuff too. So there's some of that. But and follow me on Instagram at RandomDiorama.
Awesome. Sweet. And the link is in the chat. Thank you, Ed, for doing that. It's also in the description if you're watching the replay. And
it's on my link tree in my Instagram as well.
So go get it, because once they're gone, they're gone. And then you're gonna be all sad and salty that you don't have the sweet ass hotness.
Very true. Exactly. Very true.
Aaron, what would you like to promote?
Lots of things, but I don't know if we have time, so I'll sweeten it up very shortly. Thanksgiving is this week. We are 4 days away. So what we're going to do for all of you humans for hella dopeness, we are going to do a Black Friday preview day every day except Thursday, because I'm not going to be home all day. So Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday this week, we will do a collection of items for one day only on those particular items. And then, of course, on Friday itself, we will unlock the whole shebang-a-bang. So to give you a little bit of a hint for tomorrow, Marvel Legends will all be at a discounted price. What will that price be? You'll have to find out tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time when it goes live. And then Tuesday will be something else. On Wednesday will be something else. And then Friday, we will have a fun day of watching all these orders come through and then figure out how to pack them all in one day and ship them out in one day.
That's what we do best. We love that challenge.
Exactly. So put us to work, people. But yeah, stay tuned. I said it'll go live at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. It will be listed on the site. We will also plug it on the socials. Maybe an email will go out tomorrow if I can get some time to work on it. So,
and you mentioned that is in stock only, correct?
In stock only, yes. No pre-orders. Sadly, no 4 Horsemen. So those will not qualify. But everything else that's currently in stock.
Wow!
Even that train once.
That's not a train. That was a truck. That's crazy.
Truck? Oh shit!
Yeah, it sounded like a train. That's wild.
It sure did.
Yes. So stay tuned to that. Like I said, we're gonna have a great week, and looking for some cool stuff to be coming in.
Awesome. That's all you got, Aaron?
That's all I got.
Cool. Well, follow us on everything. that's all I got. Go to hellodopetoys.com and
Friday Teledope Family Packing Day.
Yep, make us work. I'm gonna turn off this music real quick.
You guys are about to take a couple of weeks off soon, right? Or not off, but not with the show for a little bit.
Yeah,
taking Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve off. Mainly just due to family obligations, and
nobody's gonna watch.
No one's gonna watch. We learned that from last year.
Really? Okay. Have you thought about doing some kind of Christmas stream or anything, holiday stream or anything like that before?
We thought about doing some pop-up stuff, just so no one forgets who we are. What will that entail? When will it be? We don't know exactly just yet, but we'll let you guys know when it happens.
So for next week, we do have a solo stream for your post-Thanksgiving weekend blues. We're celebrating our 50th episode, so
nice.
Oh yeah, episode number 50. After that, so we have 4 episodes left after this. We have our 50th episode, followed by Rocco the Great the week after that. I think that's the 4th or 5th, whatever that Sunday is. Followed by Mr. Laserpants. And then lastly, the finale on December 17th, our year-end review. Take our 2 weeks off, and then we come back kicking ass in January.
That's right.
All refreshed and ready to go.
Yeah, no blue champagne though.
No blue champagne ever again.
No
blue champagne.
You have to watch the or don't watch it actually. Don't watch that episode. I think it was
it's the one where we had Ed on, right?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it's the one where we had Ed on.
From the sounds of it, it's probably best that you don't.
Yeah. It's one of the reasons why I quit drinking on stream.
Yeah.
Took me a while to figure it out, but I did.
Let's just say that an entire bottle of champagne fits in this mug.
Really?
Yes. An entire bottle.
Well, that's deceptive.
You tell me. We're sitting here running a show, just sipping away. Next thing you know, like, holy shit. Woo!
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's just say the next day at work was not fun.
The only time in my life I ever broke a bone was with some champagne and some Jaeger and some beer Anyway, it was a long time ago.
It was the Jaeger. That's what. Anything else you would have said, it's like, okay, I get it. But then the Jaeger just makes.
And I broke it kicking someone. But we're good. That's a story for another time.
All right, well, stay tuned for Random Diorama Part 3, when we talk about how he's kicking people and broke his foot. Oh my god, I can't. I'm curious.
All right, guys. Well, we're gonna see you all next week. Be sure to check out Radnom on Friday. Go to Etsy, buy his shit. Go to Hella Dope Toys, buy our shit so we can send it to you. And we'll see you all next week. Love you. Bye.